So I want to know when I have to, or when I can stop. Hey, welcome back. You missed a visual puzzle, that's it. I think that's it. Alright, let's talk to Beatrice. That's her name, I think. She's becoming a main character. Hello, Professor. Is something the matter? You look a little shaken. Beatrice, I have an urgent request. Could you show me the newspapers from the last couple of days? Papers, certainly. Hang on for just a moment while I go fetch them for you. That's strange. I'm sure I set them down around here somewhere. Is there a problem? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I can't seem to find them anywhere. Even today's morning paper seems to have gone missing. I see. Well, thank you just the same, Beatrice. This has been most helpful. Just what was in those papers anyway, Professor? Yoo-hoo, Professor Layton. Ramon, and to what do we owe this visit? Ah, he told me I needed to find you and bring you to Reinhold Manor. The inspector, I mean. Ah-hoo-hoo-hoo. He and Lady Dahlia await your arrival at Reinhold Manor. Thank you for the message. We'll set out for the manor in just a few moments. I'm getting tired too. It's getting late. It's not a question of how many chapters, but how long it takes me. That's deep. You found the key to the tower, haven't you? How do you know about the key? You mustn't interfere with the tower. Whatever you do, just stay away from there. Interfere? What do you mean by that, dear? And she's gone. That guy looks so slimy. Welcome back, Professor Layton. Please, come in. Everyone is waiting. Thank you, Matthew. Is something troubling you, my good man? You seem ill at ease. Oh no, I'm fine, sir. Please make your way to the parlor. Alright. If you're certain that nothing is the matter, we'll head upstairs. Ah, Mr. Layton, thank you for arriving so promptly. Come, have a seat. Why have you called us here, Inspector Chalmy? Like you, I'm not the kind of man who beats around the bush, so I'll just come out with it. I'm on to you, Layton. It's clear as day. You're responsible for Simon's death. Are you suggesting I murdered Simon? Says Professor Layton with a smile. Nonsense. Yeah, nice, Layton. I have to admire the way you keep cool under pressure. But of course, I would expect nothing less from a cold-blooded killer such as yourself. I don't suppose you've seen this before, eh? This vase was on display in the room in which Simon was found dead. All the forensics evidence I've gathered suggests that the killer struck Simon with this vase. Our killer was no professional. You see, he left his fingerprints all over the murder weapon. Fingerprints that match your own, Mr. Layton. Oh, that's the vase from the market, isn't it? You rotten murderer. If this vase is evidence, why did you just break it like it was nothing? So go on and give me an alibi, Layton. Where were you when Simon was killed, eh? Come on out with it. I was with Luke investigating matters down in the village. Is that the best you can muster? It's clear the little brat is an accomplice to your crime. Admit it, Layton. You two wanted to keep the golden apple so badly that you conspired to murder Simon. You can't fool me, Layton, so cough it up and start talking. While I'm at it, I'll take the key to the tower you picked up too. It seems you are intent on pinning this crime on me, Inspector, says Layton with a smile. But if you are a true enforcer of the law, you'll acknowledge that I'm not the only reasonable suspect. Any member of this household could have committed the murder. In fact, you can't even rule out the possibility that everyone here had a hand in the murder. Furthermore, are we even sure that a murder took place here? What kind of nonsense are you spouting now? Do you really think anyone here is fooled by your crockpot theories? Inspector Shelmy, I'm beginning to think the only person here with something to hide is you. That's absurd. This has nothing in the slightest to do with me.
No, Inspector, it has quite a bit to do with you.
Meaning?
Isn't it obvious?
If there is any criminal element involved in this case, then it is you, sir. What? That's absurd.
Hey, calm down!
What utter rubbish! You'll need more than some death charge to save your hide.
I've heard you're quite the devoted husband, Inspector. I bet you take very good care of your wife, Amy. Luke and I found this article in the paper. Luke, what was Inspector Shelmy's favorite food again? Fresh sweet potato fritters. This article specifically states you love sweet potato fritters, and yet you raged at poor Matthew when he brought you sweets with tea. Why? And your point is? It just so happens that I have a fondness for Amy's sweet potato fritters. Is that so? Thank you, Inspector. This little conversation has made things quite clear. Please take a look at this. I believe you just called them Amy's sweet potato fritters, yes? I'd like everyone to look at this article. As you can all see, the article clearly states that Inspector Chelmy's wife is Amelie, not Amy. Do you mean to tell me you've forgotten your own wife's name? Grr. Out with it then. Who are you, and why have you been impersonating Inspector Chelmy? And why have you been running this investigation? But your sudden memory loss regarding your wife's name isn't the only suspicious thing about you. Try to recall the time around Simon's death. You said you received a report that prompted you to come to St. Mystere, but you forgot one thing. After Luke and I came to town, the drawbridge that is St. Mystere's sole entrance had its crank stolen. This effectively sealed the village. From that point on, no one could enter or leave the village. And do you recall just when this seclusion began? Oh shit. Oh shit. Which one is it? Oh shit! It was during the search for the cat. Right? It was one, right? This one I don't remember. Oh my god. Is it 3? I thought it's 1. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Knight wasn't here either. Shit. Which one was it? I think it's 1. Isn't it? I'm actually not sure anymore. Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? It's 1? Okay, I'll take your word for it. Correct. The only route out of the village had been closed well before Simon's death was discovered. After that event, there was no way that anyone outside the village could enter. By the same token, there was no way to take things out of the village, particularly something as large as a corpse. So tell me, Inspector Chelmy, when did you actually first set foot in Saint Mystere? And furthermore, what did you do with Simon's remains? Grrr. While we're on the subject, I have one more nagging question that I haven't been able to figure out. How is it that you knew about the key to the tower we discovered? When we happened upon that key, there wasn't a soul in the area, save for Luke and myself. Furthermore, I have spoken of what we found there to no one. There's no conceivable way you could have known about this key. Unless, of course, you were spying on us from the shadows when we picked it up. Now, let me see if I've got this all right. You posed as the inspector and used Simon's death as an excuse to enter Reinhold Manor. Since then, you've been waiting for the ideal time to strike and steal the golden apple from us. How am I doing so far? Nyeh. What's so funny? This is no laughing matter. I'm just astounded at how despicable I find you, Layton. But that's exactly why you're worthy of being my arch enemy. What a disturbing noise. Don Paolo. I've always despised you, Layton. How does this work? How do you disguise yourself like that? I thought I'd be able to crush you once and for all here in Saint Mystere, but that will have to wait, since you saw through my disguise. You haven't caught on yet, but Saint Mystere hides a secret of epic proportions. Yeah. When I imagine a dimwit like you trying to unravel the mystery, I just have to smile. Yeah. My business here for the day has come to an end, so I'll be off now. But listen closely, Layton. Never forget how close you came to being bested. How was that close at all? One day, I, the great Don Paolo, will rain my vengeance down upon you, and on that fearful day, you will beg for an umbrella and a raincoat. It's so stupid. Perhaps even some galoshes. Yeah. Gosh. That's all you have to say. Gosh. I guess he's gone. Do you know who that man was? Don Paolo is his name. I've heard stories of him. His grasp of the hard sciences was rumored to be unrivaled. The problem, as you might guess, was his personality. Though he was a genius, the man was evil. The Science Board banished him from working officially in his field ever again. Sneaking into Saint Mystere to steal the Reinhold fortune sounds like some kind of scheme he would hatch. He seems to hold quite a grudge against you, Professor. What did you do to cross him? I haven't the slightest idea, Luke. Well, that aside, what was all that talk of a secret hidden in the village? What was he talking about? I'm mystified by it myself. For the time being, though, let's focus on finding the golden apple, shall we? I say we follow our newest lead and head for that tower. Let's check that dead end from before, Luke. Yay! Do I actually have to solve all of the puzzles? Or all the mysteries? It's a lot of mysteries to solve. Alright, let's go to the tower. Oh wait, I should probably talk to them and see what's up. I'm simply shocked at this turn of events. Who could have guessed that we had an imposter in our midst? He had me completely fooled. But you saw right through him, Professor. I must say, I'm quite impressed with your cunning. I ask you now to put that brilliant mind of yours to work again, and set out in search of the golden apple. It would be my pleasure, madam. By the way, are you feeling alright? You look a bit pale. I awoke this morning with memories of a peculiar dream I must have had last night. In it, my husband and I had just had a brand new baby girl, and oh, how everyone fawned over her. The next moment, suddenly I was in a park, walking hand in hand with my young daughter. With your daughter, you say? Now, why would I have a silly dream like that? These past few days have really been quite draining. Professor Layton, I don't feel particularly well at the moment. I think I will go lie down for a bit. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. What's wrong with Lady Dahlia? She says she had a dream of walking the park with her young daughter. There's something quite curious about that dream. Oh, Professor, you just simply have to help me. I've got another puzzle in my hands that I just can't solve. As a man of the world, you know there's nothing women find more alluring than competence. I'm counting on you, sir. Don't doom me to an eternal bachelorhood. Pinboard shapes, 40 picarettes. The cross shape on the pinboard below has 9 pins inside of it and 16 outside. Remember that example because now it's your turn to construct a shape on the board. Can you create a cross that has 17 pins inside it and 16 outside? Feel free to make your cross any size you like. It's not one of those diagonal ones, is it? What are those? They're lines. I'm just counting right now. That's not a cross, I know. It's almost a cross. Okay, which one is it? Is it right or wrong? Wait, I'm confused now. Is it this? That's what, 4? It was right, it wasn't. Okay, you guys are confusing me now. You guys are really confusing me now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 here. All I have to do is make it bigger. Yeah, why was this wrong? Oh, you didn't understand. Okay. You guys confused me so hard.
Look,
I thought it was wrong, so I kept making different shapes. Okay.
critical thinking is the key to success.
That's right, this puzzle is a cinch once you figured out that the cross needs to be placed diagonally on the board. Sometimes the only thing you really need to solve a puzzle is a little creative thinking. Thanks, old boy. With this puzzle solved, I feel I've drawn one step closer to the altar. Wall clock. Let's give this to Luke so he's more punctual. Oh, what is that door? Oh, that's the study, I think? Alright, let's see if Ramon has a puzzle for me. Actually, let's see if I need a minimum amount of puzzles to enter the tower first. That's something I gotta figure out. Oh, I guess it's faster on the other side. It's the drunk lady. It's a dead end. No two ways about it. Maybe there's another pathway to the tower hidden around here. I'd argue we've come to exactly the right spot, Luke. What do you mean by that? Look right here, Luke. There's a small indentation in the wall where one could place a small object. Oh, so this must be... Yes. This curious indentation is no doubt the spot indicated in Baron Reinhold's note to Archibald. I'm willing to wager that if we put this in there and give it a turn... Whoa. Wow. Just as I suspected. Alright, Luke, in we go. That's a chapter? That was a fast chapter. Okay, we solved the key mystery. Save progress, yes. I think we're 12 hours in now, almost. Half an hour more. German internet. Let me check how many puzzles there are. There's at least 100 something, so... I haven't unlocked them all yet, but I'm up to 119. The number 119, not like 119 puzzles altogether. There's, yeah, at least 119, so there's probably, maybe 120? Maybe more? I don't know. Alright, let's head inside. Wait, let me tap around first. Aha! Found it. Alright, explore the tower. Ooh. 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 I suppose congratulations are in order. You've made it this far after all. Of course, it looks like you left quite a few of my puzzles in town untouched. Your puzzles? What was that? Where's that voice coming from? Okay, so I do need to solve more. I've hidden all sorts of wonderful puzzles across Saint Mystere. Go back to the village, traveler, and test your mettle against a few more of my puzzles. I'm not so unreasonable that I'd make you solve every single puzzle before passing through here, but you're sorely mistaken if you think I'll let you pass through with less than 75 puzzles to your name. Come back when you've got the goods. Who do you suppose that was? I can't quite place it. Regardless, it seems that mystery will have to wait. If we don't solve 75 puzzles first, we'll never make it inside the tower. Let's go back to town. What am I at right now? 60? 63. Alright, let's go back to the puzzle house then. Because I don't want to look around everywhere for puzzles.